Bitte rein. Ja, GER ist besser. Da kann man in Fahrzeuge rein. Okay. Kleiner Scherz. What?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay, gepickupt.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. 427. And?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press no.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Okay, wenn wir jetzt nichts drücken, ja, wenn wir stur sind. Übrigens, du bist hässlich. Ja, okay, geht dann halt.
But it was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay, eat, watch TV, J.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Ja, jetzt hängen wir ein paar
So
mit
he went
Freunden.
further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Also wir sind ein psychopathischer Träumer oder wie? Okay, B. Ich liebe dich. B.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? You to push a button, do not do it.
Ja. Mach ich nicht. Ne. Wir lesen mal, was auf der Tasse steht. Ja, Stanley hasst auch Montage. Ja, die Zeiger sind sogar dreidimensional. Schön, schön. Z.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Eins? Nee, geht nicht. Ja, ist mir egal, was du sagst.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I...
Was? So, der wievielte Restart ist das? Das war vorhin nicht hier. Oder? Keine Ahnung, ist egal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Schubidu.
mean?
So,
When Stanley
this...
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This open door on his left.
So, machen wir.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ja. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. around
So,
and got
diesmal
coming to a
runter.
staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hier geht's nicht weiter. Auch schön.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Moment.
And in such a competitive economy,
hier.
why had he taken that risk? Example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream."
Jo.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared, it remaining so lucid. And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, if he could just...
Ja, ist ja
He
gut.
would prove it.
Beruhige
He would
dich.
prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Tralalala.
Stanley began screaming.
Okay. So, dann saven wir mal. Und dann war's das mit der zweiten Aufnahme. Ich wage gar nicht zu sagen, welche Folge das ist. Es wäre sowieso falsch. Und ja, dann sagen wir mal Tschüss, bis zur dritten Aufnahme. Wir sehen uns dann. Tschüss.